Just to finish the Zazen meditation, sitting in the Zen temple. Interesting. Especially once I'm learning this Jikijitsu, and there are like 25, 30 points to check. Bell and ding, dong, dong, all sorts of things. But you have to have it for things to run. And still make tiny mistake and still clarifying, because there's someone who can talk about this. But just talking is an interesting situation when you are living alone, basically, in this quiet space. Talking with human is not often. I talk more with AI. Lots of things to talk about. That by itself is quite interesting. And I can talk about it, but this video is about working together as a group in the Zen temple. At one point, that was 2 days ago on Sunday, there's a meeting every week to discuss how things are. And someone mentioned that I was loud talking over the phone for 1.5 hours. And I don't talk over the phone. I don't get much phone calls. I don't call out. So I was wondering why, and I told that my record says I haven't talked. What are you talking about? And I'm still puzzled. But later, what I found is that possibly when I talk on this video, that may sound like I'm talking with someone. But just like I'm doing, I talk in a very quiet voice. But apparently that may have contributed his maybe upset feeling to talk last Sunday. So later I told him maybe that was the case, that I was using the video, but like I'm doing now, I try to be quiet. But decided today that no, I'm not going to talk in that room, because if someone is annoyed, I don't need to be the cause of that problem. So from now on, and I don't think I do much more about the video. That's another thing. But perhaps focused on certain things every day, but not many. Anyway, I'm doing this review outside in nature. And usually when I come up with ideas, I want to just record it at the time. So there's a delay, but that may be good. All the constraint that we get in life may trigger something new experience. And in fact, I'm lacking it already to talk not in that little dark room I have and talking in a small voice. Now I can talk a little louder and listening to the bird at the same time and watching the clouds moving over the mountain. So you really don't know. What seemed like an obstacle is an opportunity to open up a new experience. Like I see a bird and I hear the bird. I'm outside, half outside, and it's quiet. So what's the point of it? To navigate our life. Things happen. And on that Sunday meeting I was pointing a case of Buddha and also Hakuin. When they were accused that there was a baby, some woman said that was caused by Buddha 2,500 years ago, or the Hakuin, similar story. And both of them said, so the story goes, or the sutra, it says, oh, is that so? And they took care of the baby. The baby growing up, and eventually the woman or the man who caused this said that that was me, that was my wrongdoing, accusing you, that was not the case. Is that so? Accept everything as it is. In my case, that 1.5 hours of talk was not just incomprehensible, so I have to say, what do you mean? I don't do that. That was my reaction. So compared to Buddha and Hakuin, I know that story, and I could have just be quiet, but I'm also a problem solver. If there's something which doesn't make sense and it's kind of obvious, then I raise the point. So that's what I said about that, I don't have those phone calls, and then also adding the story of the Buddha and Hakuin, just reminding. So choices, which way to go. And one very thing, it's very important, I think, is when we live, we don't stop and be quiet enough. That's Joriki. When you do that, and it takes discipline, time after time. And that's why this meditation sitting and structure, what to do, forces you to go through that. And through that, you come with this self-organizing process to look, we can do that, we can do that. So we have that internal capability, there's mosquito here, of adjustment. That's nature's way. And because that adjustment, the nature's way, we are born, and I'm talking, and you're listening. It's inside of us, not just the brain and the mind to this, but stop. And that's when I talk with AI. I said that I'm reducing my time with video because I have a lot to do the work for the book. There's another story about that, but maybe I'll talk about it some other time. If there's a will, there's a way. May all beings be happy.